There are so many football breaking news that I want to tell you guys, like juicy stories. Like if you see, I want to break down 15 football breaking news that will blow your mind. Like 15 football breaking that will blow you. You'll be surprised that so this is happening in the world of football. Like these are legit news from all parts of Europe to the world at large. If I break this down to you, you say so this thing happened in football. You'll be surprised. Well, hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Milanboy. Just stay tuned. Come on, let's go. First on my list for the breaking news that I have. Hey God. See, Turkish league has over 300 plus referees. 300 plus, or even 500. And the news that came in this week was that over 300 plus of them have a betting account. Hey. Over 300 plus of those referees, they have a betting account. I do not understand. I don't know how much they pay referees because I'm like, okay, I don't know how much they pay them, so I cannot say that, okay, fine, okay, why are you betting? Because sometimes they've seen that some of these footballers, they've caught them betting. But over 300 plus have a betting account. There's a problem, for a referee to have a betting account. Imagine a referee bet 7 corners or 3 yellow card. Yellow card will fly that day in the match because it's very surprising. People will always say something. They say that there is no match fixing in football. No, they just. I'm not saying there's match fixing. I won't say that. But there's some matches you watch. You and I know. There's some matches you watch. Say this football match is not footballing at all. There's something wrong in it. You guys know. So how on earth that over 300 plus referees have a betting problem? How come? What is happening? What is happening? That is surprising. I'm surprised. I'm amazed when I saw it. And that is not just the thing, that is not just the problem. 150 something of them, they have an active account. An active account. Like they bet steady. Sky Bet, Sporty Bet, they are betting on a steady 150 something of them betting, and some of them they are in the Turkish top league. All of them Osimhen league them, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, all those the Osimhen league them. They are actively betting. See, this might just be a normal news for some people, but you have to go to the root of it. Because they catch Turkish, so they don't mean say they don't do it in England, or they don't do it in Spain, or Italy, or Germany. They do it everywhere, but I guess Turkey now, they are the scapegoats. But this is really disturbing. This is disturbing to the world of football. That over 150 something of them are actively betting. Come on. It's heartbreaking. When I saw it, I felt bad. I felt really, really, really heartbroken. How come? Why? How did this happen? Is it that they don't pay these referees well or what? We're talking about the international stage, the big stage of football. We're not talking about your street football. We're talking about your normal area football, your estate football. This is the top of them all. It's wrong. It pains me so much when I saw it. I was pained. I was really pained. You watch Premier League, you watch Champions League, you see referee errors. Some of those errors, they are not. Most of those referees, they need to be investigated. No jokes. Most of those referees, some of these referees, they need to be investigated. Like, come on, why would you do that? You're killing the game. You're spoiling the football game at large. When I saw it, I was like, 150 something of them are actively betting. Hey. Now what? No. It was bad. It was bad. Another breaking news that came in this week is that Barcelona wants to sign Victor Osimhen. Hey. See, when I saw that news, but this sweets me. I was like, Victor Osimhen to Barcelona. Just imagine it. Rival fans or Barcelona fans, think about it. Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Osimhen. Oh my God. See, it's goosebumps. When I mean goosebumps, I mean you feel goosebumps. The joy you feel, the happiness you feel, you be like, eh? Goals upon goals that will happen in La Liga. See, it will be a top goal scorer competition between Mbappe and Osimhen. We're talking about 30 to 35 goals a season, if not more than. Pedri in midfield, De Jong. See, if this deal can put through for next summer, trust me, Osimhen will so much cook in Barcelona that they have to make a statue of him. No, they will make as in a big statue of Victor Osimhen if this deal pulls through. Do you know what it means? Osimhen in Barcelona, one of the best strikers in the world. When I saw it, I was like, I'm not just saying it because I'm Nigerian. No, not at all. I'm saying it because the boy is good. That's why I was so pained when I saw some people in a podcast saying they're trying to compare Matete to Victor Osimhen. I was like, no, come on. You don't say that. You cannot say that. It's not possible. There are some podcasts that they need to see. If they are beating people that have podcasts, leave those guys for me. No, if they are beating people that have podcasts, leave those guys for me. As in nobody should near those guys them. Now me won't actively deal with them. I won't just table their matter. Not just to carry your money talk chop. What is that? And after the Clasico, there is a serious news that has been trending ever since. That is Vinicius Jr. wants to leave Real Madrid. Vinicius. Vinicius. See, truth is, I was not happy with Vini. You know, the whole after the substitution. I know he apologized later on. He actually talked about that he loves the game and he wants to always contribute for his team and everything. He apologized to, the fans, the president and everybody. But if you see the apology letter, there was nothing about Xabi Alonso. Vini did not say anything about Alonso. He didn't say anything. He just, he didn't say anything about Alonso. So the news coming up that Vinicius Jr. might leave, Real Madrid. Which the thing is this: Vini is an important figure in Real Madrid. No jokes. Vinicius is one of the most important players that Madrid has. Even Mbappe doing goal scoring, when you watch Madrid matches, if there is no Vinicius, you will notice. You will notice that Vinicius is not in this team at the moment. So with Madrid planning to sell Vinicius planning to leave, they need to find an understanding as soon as possible. Real Madrid needs Vinicius Jr. I know nobody's bigger than the club, but Real Madrid needs Vinicius Jr. and Vini needs Real Madrid. It's just how it works. They need themselves. So you cannot tell me that Vini leaving Madrid is a good thing. No, not at all. Madrid needs Vinicius. Vinicius needs Madrid. So I hope Florentino Perez and Vinicius can come to a conclusion for him not to leave the club because they need themselves. That's the truth. No Madrid fan can come that they don't want Vinicius. Nah. When you don't start Vinicius, you see it in your team. You used to feel it in your team that Vini is not in this squad. Vini is not in this team. You can see it. You can see his impact. Even against Barcelona, left for me, I won't substitute Vini out of the game, but Vini was the one that was causing problems. All sorts of problems in the Barcelona defense. We saw it. While Endrick will be leaving Real Madrid in a loan. I said this thing when Endrick was even signed. I said Madrid should do what Madrid always do in the past. Sign a young player, then loan them out. That's what they always do. I don't know why they kept Endrick in the first place. You sign the player, you loan him out to get more game time. They are doing that on Nico Pass at the moment in Como. And Nico Pass is extremely super for Como. I actually thought Real Madrid will actually loan out Endrick. I'm surprised. I was really surprised that they kept Endrick. I was surprised that Endrick was kept. And now Endrick wants playing time. The World Cup is around the corner. Endrick wants to represent his country for the World Cup. So Endrick is trying his best to push a move. And reports coming that Endrick might be going to France. Monaco, might go to France for this in January or so. He needs to leave. He needs playing time. He's a good footballer. One of the, young, bright, young stars that comes out from South America is extremely good. when it comes to goal scoring. You can see whenever you can see him last season when Ancelotti brings him into the field, he wants to always help his team. And this season it has been nothing from him for Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso does not even look at his face. So it is right for him to say, I want to leave. I want to find another team. He's not a bad thing at all. When I saw it, I was like, okay, Endrick needs to go. I did not know why. I don't know why at all Madrid kept him all this while. Endrick would have gone on loan a long time ago to gain more game playing time and more experience. Nico Pass at the moment will be coming back to Real Madrid. Madrid gave to Como, but Anto Como a buyback clause. Madrid don't sell to you. We know how they are. They don't sell to you. They sell to you and tell you, we have a buyback clause. We can buy him back a so amount in so years' time. That's how Madrid do that stuff. They don't sell players to you. They did Bruyne Diaz to AC Milan, 2 years loan, 3 years loan, but we want him back. When the player develops and the player is very good, they take him back. So I feel it's Madrid tactics, Perez tactics for a long time now. And okay, so Endrick will be going to probably either Portugal or France. I don't know yet where we're going to exactly, but I'll let you know very soon. Let's come back to Nigeria. Have you heard the news? If you are a Nigerian, have you heard the news? The football news has been flying ever since. It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. According to the news, FIFA, allocated a sum of $1.2 million to the NFF to build a stadium. I heard it's what about 4.2 million, something like that. Yeah, for 2 stadiums. And the stadium that was built was this, which I was like, what is this? What is this? Come on, what is this? Come on, what kind of stadium is this? And Nigerians have been crying that where did the funds go to? You cannot tell me this amount of money was spent to build something like that. And the other stadium was to build somewhere in Delta State, was not even built at all. So Nigerians have been crying ever since. There have been news everywhere that where is the stadium? Where is the stadium? Where is the stadium? How are you guys mismanaging these funds? So the news has been going on. Even I heard the Nigerian government is trying to, take over the issues and ask the NFF bring account how this money was spent. And recently, we had one of the past NFF chairman, Amaju Pinnick, actually said that FIFA actually allocated that money, but FIFA does not go around telling you to build a world-class stadium. Like FIFA give you a particular money and tell you build a facility, and that was the facility that they built. And according to him, when I read, allegedly, in 2020, that was when the funds was allocated, and the dollar rate to naira rate in 2020, the funds was over 400 million naira in naira. So that was just what was going on ever since. So, but they are still trying to get down to the roots of everything. See, I'm disappointed. That we have a lot of mismanagement of funds in the Nigerian government, and it's not entering the football so much, and it's painful because these funds can actually change lives. These funds can make families better, and few people are, allegedly, few people are eating this money, and it's painful and it's sad. But let's leave that. Let's go back to Europe. Arne Slot spent over 450 million plus for 3 players or so, or less than. And now he's saying the squad does not have depth. A man that spent over 400 million plus for just 3 players in one transfer window, saying the squad does not have depth. When Liverpool started signing these players, I made a remark. I said, why are they signing these players with this amount? It's huge. The money is huge. First of all, when they signed Florian Wirtz for over 150 million pounds, one of the British world record signing, I was like, Wirtz is good. Jokes, not jokes. Wirtz is good, but England is a whole different ballgame. The Premier League is a whole different ballgame. No matter how good you are, when you come to the Premier League, it resets you. Premier League resets you. It resets your mindset. So when Wirtz came, and Wirtz not firing at the moment, I'm not surprised. Fine, you sign Florian Wirtz. huge amounts. No problem. You sign Kekers. Kekers is a good signing to replace Robertson. Robertson, is getting old. He can't be playing week in, week out. Frimpong to replace Arnold. Beautiful. Beautiful. Then you say Ekitike. One of the best attacking player in France. To Germany and the rest. He's playing beautiful football. Perfect. Now we need to sign central defenders and probably a DM. Then you carry 150 million plus to sign Isak. Isak was not needed for Liverpool. I say it again. Isak was not needed for Liverpool. Not at all. Liverpool did not need to sign Isak. They don't need to sign Isak at all. Isak was not needed. You carry such an amount of money for Isak when you already have Ekitike. And you have some young strikers. You have Chiesa on the bench. And you sold Elliott. Now, Salah is not in form, but there's nobody to replace Salah. You're struggling. Now you think you're when I saw it, I was like, Arne Slot does not work under pressure. We saw it recently that Arne Slot does not know how to work under pressure. The pressure is coming, the pressure is mounting, the pressure is huge, and he does not know how to handle it. Every week in, week out, you're giving different excuses. It was long throws. It was, the ball always on the air. Different excuses. First of all, the center defenders, Van Dijk is not Van Dijk of last season or previous seasons ago. We could see it. Konate's mind is no longer in Liverpool. He doesn't want to sign a new contract. He wants to go to Real Madrid. Gomez is not getting game time. So whenever he comes in, it's shaky. Gomez almost actually left during the end of the last transfer window because Liverpool wanted to sign Maguire. But you spend a lot of money in some of the players you do not need. And the places you need good players, you didn't buy players. And in the Premier League, when you make errors like that, you suffer. That's Premier League. You will suffer. They will suffer you. In England, they will suffer you big time. So when Arne Slot said, I was like, he's not ready. For football, this Premier League, you're not ready if you keep making excuses like that. You're not ready at all. Then Arsenal are breaking records. Oh. Seriously, see, the first team that will score Arsenal in this their record they are doing right now, I will do a twerking video on YouTube. I will do that. The first team that will score Arsenal in this their record, I will twerk. I said this, I will dance for you guys. The first that was called Arsenal. What kind of record they want? What kind of record Arsenal want to break? Their defense, even with the whole, Carabao Cup, not using Gabriel, Saliba, and Bobsy defense. The depth that Arsenal has, See, the only reason Arsenal might not win the league is Arteta. If Arsenal does not win the league or Champions League this season, or FA Cup, maybe it's Arteta. Because they have everything. Tell me what they don't have. They have depth in every part of the squad. You saw how the Arteta, mixed the young boys and some of the, the starting players, and later on brought in Rice, brought in Saka. That is how you coach. That is how you bring players. That's how you buy players also. Slot needs to learn. Arne Slot needs to learn. But anyhow, let's go to Italy. Assistant De Bruyne might go for several weeks because of, he put an hamstring against Inter after the penalty. After he scored the penalty, you could see him holding his legs. So De Bruyne we go for, I'm sure, until January. Conte, people see this as a blow for Napoli, but I don't see it as a blow. I see it as Conte going back to the midfield that he used in winning the league last season. If he goes back to that midfield, because Napoli has been shaky this season, losing to Milan, dropping points to other teams, and if Conte should go back to his midfield duo he has last season, because I miss De Bruyne. I will miss De Bruyne. I love watching him play football. He's a very good footballer, no jokes. But this is not a blow for Napoli. Conte going back to his former formation to help Napoli. AC Milan are having some of the players back from injury very soon. Jashari, Pulisic, Rabiot. See, Allegri missed these players. No jokes. When especially Rabiot and Pulisic. When Pulisic got injured, we're like, okay, Leão just came back from injury, so Leão could actually fill in for Pulisic because Milan was actually missing Rafael Leão. Even though they've been winning and scoring, they missed that electric pace from Leão. Leão came back, 2 goals against Fiorentina, scored against Pisa also, but you saw that Milan are missing Rabiot. When you look at the team, the team is missing Rabiot. Rabiot, Modric, and Fofana in that midfield. Rabiot has been spectacular. Modric's super. At that age, playing back to weekend upon weekend, Modric has been awesome. If Milan gets Jashari back, we'll have a midfield of Jashari, Modric, and Rabiot. I don't see any midfield in Italy that could outplay that midfield. Then we have Loftus-Cheek coming in. We have Fofana, we have Samuel Ricci. You see the midfield is compact. But the problem that Milan is having right now is Santi Jimenez. Jimenez is not scoring, and that is a problem. Santi is not scoring. It's a big problem for AC Milan because before the season began, Allegri wanted Vlahovic. I want Vlahovic. Because he likes playing with a very strong number 9 that could keep the ball, that can score, that could run in defenders, and that is good, in corner kicks, free kicks, and everything. And Milan had issues with Vlahovic fees. Like Vlahovic is expensive when it comes to his wages and all. Okay, fine. Jimenez, let's do a swap. Jimenez and Dovrik. But the deal could not go to work because Jimenez wants to play for Milan. Because Jimenez was a player Milan actually bought out of panic. I would say it was a panic buy in January, from Feyenoord. He scored good goals in Feyenoord. When it came to Milan, this is a striker that can score goals. I really don't know what's happened to Jimenez. I do not know what's happened to Jimenez, but Jimenez needs to start firing. It's so painful. 10 matches now, no goals in the Italian league for Santi Jimenez. 10 or 9 or something like that. No goals for Santi Jimenez. Over 5 or 4 matches now, there's no shot on target for a striker, a number 9. Milan is missing a typical number 9. That was why Allegri was crying for Vlahovic before. So if Jimenez wants to actually do not be sold in January, or Jimenez wants to prove that he is a red and black, he's a Rossoneri, he needs to start scoring. Santi Jimenez needs to start firing. If not, AC Milan might run into trouble when it comes to scoring goals. If you look at the goals Milan have scored recently, it's from shots from distance. Rafael Leão, Atikame, and Ricci was all shots from distance because the attack is not functioning. And Santi Jimenez seems to be the only out-and-out striker that Milan has because Leão is not a striker, Kuku is not a striker, Pulisic is not a striker. Milan would have kept Kamada. AC Milan should have kept Kamada. That I see it. AC Milan should have just kept Kamada. Why did you sell Kamada? You should have sold Kamada. Yeah, just kept Kamada. And now Milan is suffering from it. Leão is not in his best at the moment, not at all. We all know Leão. When things are not going well for Leão, he dropped his head and he starts trolling. We saw it against Atlanta. He was just trolling. We need Pulisic back. Rabiot. We need, Nkunku fully fit. And we need Jashari back also in the midfield. Modric sometimes needs to go and rest. He's 40 years old. Playing back to back is not healthy. When it breaks down right now, there's a problem. Milan needs a balance. The defense is doing very well, no jokes. Tomori, Pavlovic and Gabia, superb. Dean Winter, Atikame, Estupinia, Badasagi, Salamakas, superb. Magno, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But Jimenez needs to start scoring. The injured player needs to come back from injury as soon as possible. If not, Milan is in trouble. Milan is in big trouble if that does not happen as soon as possible. Inter are doing very well for themselves. Inter are doing very well. That Christian Kivu the team is understanding themselves. You saw, that the win that they had, during the week. Shanoglu superb midfielder, very good midfielder. And let's go to Chelsea. Leon Delap. See, this discipline issue that Chelsea is having. See, when I saw what Delap did, when I saw it, I was like, why? Why? Like, really, why? You just came from injury, back in the squad, brought it back in the squad, and you do that. It's as if I said, I made a video some time ago. I said Chelsea lack leadership, and some people came for me on that. I said Chelsea lacks leadership. Why would Leon Delap do such a thing? There's no leader. There's nobody he fears in the team. He's not even the coach. Enzo Maresca is a typical coach that likes doing his things. If you misbehave, he likes But there's a problem for Delap to do what he did. There's a problem around the Chelsea squad and even in the dressing room. You don't care about the team. You don't care about the fans. You don't care about what the badge carries for you to do such a thing. Because Chelsea is in need of a striker or what? That was really, really low from Delap. That was really, really low for Delap, and I was not impressed at all. But kudos to Chelsea, even with the red card. 3-0 winning against Wolves. Wolves came back 3-2, and beautiful goal from Gittins. What a goal! Oh my word! Such goals that gives you goosebumps. When I saw the goal, I was like, what a goal! Like, what a goal! See, strike, man. It was a whole outside right. Gittins a left footer now, like that supposed to be, and it just but beautiful goal from Gittins. Chelsea 4-2, Wolves scored again 4-3, and that was how the game actually ended. Then November international break. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for November international break? Especially Nigeria. Nigeria has a 3 must-win matches. Beat Gabon, beat either Cameroon or DR Congo, and win in the Intercontinental Cup final. This is the problem when you don't do your assignment on time. If Nigeria won their other matches, during the group stage of the qualifiers, if they did not draw, Nigeria drew 5 or 6 matches. If they won 1 out of those matches that they drew, by now, Nigeria will not think about playing in the playoffs. Do your assignment on time. When you do your assignment on time, you won't struggle now to go to the World Cup. And it will be painful if Nigeria does not go to the World Cup. It will be painful so much because Victor Osimhen and co deserve to be at the World Cup. They've worked hard, they've sweat, they score goals, they've dedicated their time and everything for this team. They deserve to be at the World Cup. To my opinion, they deserve to be at the World Cup. So these are some of the breaking news that I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys, please like, subscribe, just share, watch. It will help the channel a lot. It will help me a lot to do more videos for you guys, tell you more about the world of football, tell you more about. But I never go when I know I just remember something. Calm down, relax. Still hold your device. Don't go anywhere. What will Ronaldo do to win a cup at a NASA? Why are you people like that? What would the boy do to win a cup at a NASA? Why would not make this boy win cup? 10 competitions now he has played for a NASA, no trophy. You guys are not fair. It's not fair. I didn't understand. Joao Felix, you were brought into that team to help the team win a cup. Help Ronaldo. And now they're out of the top of the league, and, hopefully, they win the league. Ronaldo needs a trophy in Saudi. He needs a good trophy. You could see it. No trophy for Ronaldo in Saudi. Apart from there's one friendly they won some time ago, but no trophy. Absolutely no trophy for Ronaldo in Saudi, and that is heartbreaking. Truly heartbreaking. He needs a trophy in Saudi. He has been 50 goals before 1,000 goals. He will get it. No, that one is not a debate. Cristiano Ronaldo will get that 1,000 goals. There's no too much fight about that. he will get it less than a year. He will get that. He will get less than 2 years to say he will get that 50 goals and get 1,000 goals. But he needs a cup. He needs a trophy in Saudi. I don't know how to do it, but Ronaldo needs to win a cup in Saudi, and Nasser needs to play very well for them to win a cup. And I just noticed that Lionel Messi will just be breaking records silently. It's funny. He just breaking records silently. Messi went 18 or 19 matches scoring back to back in the league. Won the Golden Boot. See, I just said this thing before. When Ronaldo went to Saudi, Messi went to MLS. I didn't rate them anymore because these are players that actually conquered Europe top league, top competitions. So Saudi and MLS is like a street football for them. So when I see them score goals over there, I know they're getting old, but when I see them score goals over there and breaking records, I'm not surprised. I was like, these boys, they ruled Europe for 15 years plus, if not more than, they ruled European football. So when I see them right now in Saudi and MLS, they were like, Ronaldo is breaking record. Messi, I was like, not they rate these boys. They finish Europe. They're down Europe. They're down Europe. Anywhere Ronaldo, Spain, Italy, England, the countryside, Messi, Spain, France, in the country, winning the World Cup and all, they rule Europe for a long time. So me seeing them in MLS and Saudi Pro, I was like, it's just them. But it's hard most times when I think about that. Very soon we might not be seeing Messi and Ronaldo anymore in our televisions. I'll be like, I'm proud I watched these people play football. I'm proud they gave us what they are giving us right now. I am proud I'll tell my kids one day that I watched Ronaldo, I watched Messi, I watched them conquer the world. I cannot wait for the World Cup coming up. Ronaldo, Messi in the World Cup, which might be their last World Cup. But I cannot wait for it. I hope you too cannot wait for it also. But like I said, like, subscribe, watch the video, share to your friends. Just help the channel. Ciao, ciao.